Hey friends, Hattie here with Happy Hour with Honeybee Stampers. I hope that you guys are able to tune in today. It is Wednesday, September 20th, and today we're focusing on Paper Pumpkin. So I have a fun alternate card to share with you featuring this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. And I wanted to highlight Paper Pumpkin today because we're getting ready to have some of the holiday Paper Pumpkin kits come out, and I don't want you guys to miss it. It's one of my favorite times of the Paper Pumpkin year, and Paper Pumpkin, I'm telling you guys, gets better and better. I'm going to talk all about what Paper Pumpkin is, and I'm going to give you a peek into this month's kit. You'll see that these are the projects here that you can make. Let me just grab something really quick, and then we'll get started. Okay, right before I go live, I always put lotion on my hands, and then my hands will have just lotion everywhere. So let me try to wipe some of this off. But we have got a new host code up, and we closed out our host code for September earlier last week, end of last week. And so we've got a new host code for the month of September, and it is EUZ 6 T as in Tom, WN4. So that's the new host code. So if you decide you want to place an order with me on my online store, please do use that host code if your order is less than $150. Okay, so let's get started. I think I got most of it off my hands. And let's talk about Paper Pumpkin. So Paper Pumpkin is a subscription kit that you can either get where you pay up front and you say, I want 1 month, I just want to try it out, or I want it for 3 months, 6 months, or you can do 12 months. So they've got that option. And then the other type of Paper Pumpkin kit is if you wanted to do month to month. So with the month to month subscription, they will automatically bill your credit card each month. And then you're going to get a kit in the mail. They used to come in these orange boxes. And let me give you the little history behind why they called it Paper Pumpkin. So they said it was called Paper Pumpkin because it's like your fairy godmother delivering a package to your door. So they kind of pictured like the pumpkin from Cinderella, you know, that kind of thing. And that really confused people for quite some time. And Paper Pumpkin has grown and grown and grown since it first came on the scene with Stampin' Up! As a subscription-based crafting kit. And it's one of the top kits in the industry. So hopefully you guys have checked it out. If you haven't, I will hopefully convince you to try it. So now they're coming out with some of the kits, and they have like really pretty themed boxes. The boxes are decorated very, very much to coordinate with what's inside. So you get this box delivered to your house. I'll talk about the subscriptions more in just a second, but this was the September kit. So you'll have the instructions, and it'll say September 2023 here, with love and gratitude, Paper Pumpkin. They even take the boxes and they write on the side here now the name of the Paper Pumpkin kit and the date for those who want to like stack them up and be able to see what kits that they're working with. Okay, so you'll get an instruction booklet, and inside they really listen to the subscribers because these used to be black and white instructions. And then they said, can you guys please make them in color? And so they did that. They switched it up, made it in color, and they actually made it very, very easy to follow. They pretty much tell you like where to put the blocks, where to put the adhesive and the dimensionals, like everything you can think of. This also always comes with a little ruler in case there's ribbon or twine that comes with it. And then there's a video. The video is sped up, and they actually have slowed it down a little bit. I don't know if you've watched them lately, but they're a little bit slower than they used to be. So you could follow along to see someone putting the kits together. So I won't necessarily put one of these kits together for you because you've got all of those resources there. But I do like to create an alternate sample that I'm going to do today. So I know you guys like to see the projects first. Here's the alternate sample that we're going to make today with this kit. So let me talk a little bit more about this kit, and then we'll jump into the alternate sample. We've got this photopolymer stamp set. Always comes with one photopolymer stamp set. Some of the specialty kits will come with two, especially around their stamp or their birthday, Paper Pumpkin's anniversary day. They will come out with them like a little special gift. It'll come with an ink spot. I rarely ever open my ink spots. I set them to the side. I actually collect them in these little boxes. So I collect them in these little boxes, our old wooden boxes that we used to carry. And I use them if I'm traveling. I'll use them if I need an extra ink pad for a class or something like that. Or I'll wrap them up and gift them too. So I'll just set those to the side and I'll grab the full size. So these are our full size ink pads that we sell, and these are the ink spots. Aren't they adorable? I just love them. Okay, so now the full size ink pads are foamy, where they have a foam base to it or whatever you want to call it. And these are more of like our old ink pads, at least they had been. It looks like they still are, where they're more like a cloth. And so you'll see what I mean because I'm going to use one later. This one comes with these gorgeous envelopes and these little this little mini size. And you'll see that there's actually a Paper Pumpkin Facebook group that they share all kinds of alternate samples there. I really need to get in the habit of posting there. But it's called Paper Pumpkin Fan Club. You can check it out because there's so many great ideas on there. But a lot of times people will take some of these envelopes and they'll break them up and use the envelopes and make cards with them. I'm one of the people that loves to actually create it as is, so I'll make the projects as is, and maybe I'll get a second one if I needed to. Here are the card bases. So you've got all these beautiful printed card bases on the other side. They're white. And then this is really cool. This is the gift box. So this is the little box that you can make, and I think that it is absolutely beautiful. So these are they come flat like this, and of course you have to assemble them. And it really shows you in the videos how easy it is to assemble them, especially because there's score lines there. And then of course you fold these bottom ones in, put a little adhesive on there, and that's basically it. And then you fold this down over the top. So this won't stay down unless you put dimensionals or something like that. So you're going to want to stuff them with your gift first and then close them up with either dimensionals or glue dots. So there's that. And a little tip is whenever you're looking at the Paper Pumpkin kit, if you see whatever's on the front of this is what you're going to get in the kit. So you're going to get enough product to make 2, 4, 6, 8 little bags and 8 little note cards. So you never have to wonder, like, how many does this make? You're going to get these adhesive. These are just like little glue dot adhesives that you can use. I collect these and I use these again when I'm traveling. I have a stash at home. And then you've got this. This is your tear and tape here that you can use to assemble the box with or just use it in general. And then you've got these little tags. So what I've done, tip for you, is to never throw away your little cello bags that your dimensionals come in. I keep them all in a little baggie, and then I use them to separate out things. They're just great, inexpensive, obviously, ways to separate your stuff. So I keep all of these little die cuts. I'll punch them all out so I can see what I'm working with. These are beautiful. And then these right here, and then I just it's not such a scattered mess. Here's another one. So there's a little tip from me to you. And then there was this left over here when I punched out these little figs or why am I saying figs? Anyways, whatever these things are called, these little ferns or whatever. This is what was left over, and I'm like, oh, I need to use it to die cut something out of those little extra pieces. I guess I'm a hoarder. I don't know, or an opportunist. I see an opportunity there, and okay, that's not a good word either. Anyways, you guys know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so here's another bag that you can save and use for little pieces. Okay, so there's that. There's Paper Pumpkin. Comes every month. Now we're looking at getting some holiday catalog or holiday themed Paper Pumpkin kits. So you have until October 10th to subscribe to this next Paper Pumpkin kit. And so let me tell you what it actually includes. You're going to get 8 card bases, 4 each of 2 different designs. You're going to get 8 coordinating envelopes, 1 Real Red stamping spot. Real Red is popular, so it's nice to have extras of those. You're going to get 1 glitter glue, and you can see here what it does. You can add that on, and it just adds a little sparkle. And then I'm sure the glue dries and the sparkle remains, so it's going to be really pretty on your cards. Some beautifully detailed pre-cut pieces and a photopolymer stamp set. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you sign up. Reach out to me if you have questions on how to sign up. I'm happy to help. And I'm looking at this, and I don't know if this is like, a lot of times they give us hints as to what the next one's going to be, but they don't always show us what it's going to be. That's kind of part of the surprise element of Paper Pumpkin. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, what is that? Are those cards that we're going to be making or what? But I wouldn't think that they would make them that obvious. Anywho, so that's coming up, so don't miss it. Now, if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you do have access to past Paper Pumpkin kits that are still available. So that's awesome. There's a lot of times you get online and you'll see that there's past Paper Pumpkin kits that you can purchase. And you can only do that if you are a subscriber. So that's another perk. Okay, so let's take a look at this stamp set again. We've got this beautiful flower here. I'm trying to remember, I don't actually know what type of flower this is. Anyways, you've got this here. And then this, which I thought was a flower, is actually a pumpkin, and you've got a stem here. And then we've got some sentiments. Grateful for you, thank you, for you, thanks, and then with love and gratitude. So it's a beautiful stamp set that you can use. And let me show you again. Ouch. Let me show you again. Hi, Nancy. Good to see you on here. This is the box, and so it's if you can see in the size of my hand here, it's a pretty nice size box that you can put some goodies in. And wouldn't this be great if you're going to a Thanksgiving dinner somewhere, or if you just wanted to bless your neighbors, your friends, your coworkers, whoever, just with a little gift of some kind. And then here is the note card, and you can put them together if you wanted to. Wouldn't that be perfect? They'd really think you were on top of things. And then look at how beautifully that coordinates together. And so I love, love, love this kit. Now, what I decided to do is create a project featuring the product that's in the kit. Well, at least the stamp set. And then I actually brought in another product line that we're carrying currently. Let me show you. I added to this by pulling in one of our new fall. Okay, I keep getting messages and I don't know if you can tell if it's like stopping the recording or not. I forgot to hit do not disturb. I always forget to do that. So this one on page 42 and 43 and 44 of the holiday catalog, which looks like this, there's the cover, is called All About Autumn. And so this paper right here, which is absolutely stunning, and this paper, both of these are currently sold out, but they are coming back. So stay tuned for that. This should be coming back really soon. Oh, and actually this is sold out as well, and I believe this is too. So this is a super popular kit, very, very popular, but some of the stuff is coming back. But the stamp set is still available, and the dies. And so I wanted to use that to create, to work with this project. So let's pull it in here. Here are the dies that coordinate there. They're amazing. And then here's the stamp set called Autumn Leaves. And you've got these beautiful two different fonts there. I love when they mix the fonts together. And then you've got these great dies here. So we're going to use this die to do a little label, and then we're going to die cut with these. So you'll see that there's two of these in here, but they kind of slightly point in two different directions. I don't know if you can see the difference. Oh wow, I really should have turned my notifications off because I keep getting little messages popping up. Okay, so you see that they're pointed in two different directions, which makes it very versatile because if it doesn't matter, you can die cut two pieces at the same time. Same with this one, okay? So let me set that to the side. I feel like I'm missing a die out of here, but anyways, we'll find that later. And then here's that stamp set again. Now, let's go ahead and start working on this card. I will be sending out an email with the measurements for this card, so don't fret. And if you're on my new email newsletter, you'll get that. If you're not, make sure you join up because I like to send out inspiration each week. I think I missed last week. I was a little bit out of the just all over the place last week, and I wasn't feeling well, and my son was a little bit under the weather. But I've been having some vertigo lately, and I don't know what exactly is causing it, and I hope it'll go away soon. I probably need to see a vestibular therapist about it, and I just haven't done it. Okay, enough about me. Let's talk about this card. So we've got this card right here is Lost Lagoon, which is the same color as the ink spot. So I'm getting inspiration from the kit already. And I just did kind of a hot dog, what I like to call a hot dog fold. Okay, and then for this piece, I wanted to add some texture to it. And so one of my favorite embossing folders is this Cane Weave embossing folder. It's not new. It came out with the new annual catalog, but I've used it a couple times already. So I'm gonna go ahead and run it through my die cutting machine because I wanna show you how I do it. So here's our die cutting machine, our cut and emboss machine. Let me turn it this way maybe. Okay, so a tip for the die cutting machine when you're using embossing folders, you always want to go with the fold in first. Well, I'm not going to be able to do that if I'm going to be putting this in there because it will be too large, right? So I have to put it in sideways. So if I wanted to die cut just a portion of this like this, okay, so I'm kind of lining it up. You've got this little line at the bottom, and then I'm lining it up on the side here. That looks pretty good. And then I can't feed it in this way like I'd like to. I'm gonna have to feed it in this way. And I'm pinching it together so that it doesn't move on me. And then I'm also looking around for my little, oh boy. I need a little, let me go get it real quick. Let that go. Okay, I thought I had it, and this is probably, oh, here it is, you guys. It's so silly. It's right underneath where it shouldn't be. So this is why I couldn't join the video today at 3 o'clock, is because I was looking for the stamp that I'm using to share with you guys today. I couldn't find it. I was looking everywhere for it, couldn't find it. And then I was asking my friend Angela, who's working in here today, like, have you seen this? I just had this stamp in my hand. I'm looking all over. I'm trying to reposition this while I'm talking. Okay, so what I did was I just positioned it so that it lines up here with one of the lines on there and then across the bottom. And then again, I can't put it in that way, so I got to put it in this way, sideways. And then let me put this on top of it. So there are different sandwiches that you have to use when you're using this die cutting machine, so make sure you're paying attention to that so that you don't mess up. Okay, so there's that. Sorry about that loud sound, guys, but when you do that, it creates this, and isn't that just adorable? I think that is so beautiful. Really adds to the card right away. Anyway, so I was getting ready for this video, and I couldn't find the stamp set that I was going to use for today. And you guys, I was looking all over the place, and Angela came over, and literally it was on this block, and it was standing upright like this. And I looked all over my desk. I couldn't find it. She's like, is this it? And I'm like, oh my gosh. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. I just like, I don't know. It's crazy. With a fresh set of eyes, she was able to find it though. Okay, so now you see we've done this. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this stamp right here. That's so pretty. And then let me grab this block. When you first become a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you'll get one of these blocks with your kit. So that's always good. We're gonna take our bigger Lost Lagoon and ink this one up. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp this off. Let me grab some scrap paper. I'm gonna use this because I was already stamping on this. So I'm gonna ink this up really well. And I'm gonna stamp off here, okay? Then I'm gonna come back in here and I'm going to stamp. Okay, so you can see that it's got a very faint image there, stamped off first and then onto my paper. Tone on tone, I just like the way that looks. And then of course, let's come in with some of this flicking technique where you use a Stampin' Write marker and you add a little bit of color. Okay, so I used Early Espresso here. And speaking of Early Espresso, I grabbed a strip of it. Always have strips this size when I'm creating. I have a whole stash of them. And so I'm just gonna add a little bit of adhesive here. and I want to place it down the side to give it just a pop of color here. And you can just flip it over and trim it off, the excess here. There. Well, hi Brenda, good to see you on here. Thanks for saying hi. And then what we're gonna do next is we can actually pop this on with some dimensionals. So let me grab those. And I love when the paper pumpkin kits come with dimensionals too. And I just collect them and collect them and collect them. I use them too, but I have a huge stash of them at home. Okay, now we've got this, and I'm just gonna kind of center that on my card front. I had it kind of low. There we go. Now the card is coming together. We've got these little pumpkins here. Now remember, I thought that they were flowers, but they are in fact pumpkins. So let me clean this off. You could even take this and decorate your envelope with it. I think that would look really good and tie it all together. I'm gonna put that back. Let's grab this pumpkin. Now, when I stamped this pumpkin in our copper clay, in our copper clay, it was so dark. I'm going to show you. I think it was because it was too juicy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use yeah, it's a little bit too dark for me. So I'm going to use this. These are our ink spots. We actually sell these ink spots empty, and then you can re-ink them. And a lot of times when I go do shows where I need several of the same ink pad, I'll put a little color on there. And then I'll put one on the bottom here so that you can see what color it is. And then you can use this to ink it up. But you can see here, this is why Stampin' Up! Went to these foam. Can you guys see all those little lines and stuff on there? The cloth pads, or these linen pads, you have to put a lot of ink on it to get rid of that, those little striations in there. So I'm just gonna ink this up like that. Grab some scrap Very Vanilla. There we go, maybe. Okay. And then we're gonna stamp this. Oh, when you're using photopolymer, it always helps to have foam underneath. Okay, so the color's starting to separate a little bit, so I wanna go in and just add a little bit more ink really quick. It's like pooling together and leaving empty spots. Now I can stamp down. Oopsie, there we go. Well, I guess that's kind of, it seems lighter, a little bit. Okay, there's that. And then we've got a little stem as part of this stamp set, which is right here. And we're gonna use Early Espresso on the stem. When I was designing this card, I was using these couple different colors, and then I was trying to think, okay, what can I add so that I pull in that color and this color and that color? And then you'll see that the stem fits right in that little hole. So I'm just gonna try to line it up. I actually found that stamping the stem first was easier, but I think you can do it either way. Okay, there we go. And that worked. Now, what I would do is fussy cut this, but I did already do that for us, so that you guys didn't have to wait for me. I say I did, and then of course, Lord. Let me just lift this up for a second. No. I did fussy cut them, I just don't know where I put them. They're on my desk somewhere. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'll find them. Okay, so then the other thing, and I really need to find them because my other pieces are with it. I die cut one of these. This is from that die set that I was mentioning earlier that looks like this. It's this die right here. I could see myself using that die over and over again. And then we're gonna grab, jack it off for a second. We're gonna grab this stamp set, and I really liked the Grateful for You stamp. So we'll pick that up, and I decided to stamp that in copper clay. And I wanted to make room for my pumpkin to be on here, so I'm going to put this kind of towards the bottom right. There you go. That is beautiful. Okay, so that's going to go here. I just love that little background right there. And now let me just lift everything up and try to find these little cutouts. I was like, let me just, you know, cut them out early, and that'll save us some time for me having to do it on camera. And then here we go. Oh, here they are under my phone case. All right, there we go. So I've already stamped and fussy cut. You do have to fussy cut these out. And originally I had one pumpkin, and then I was like, yeah, something's missing, so I threw. Oh, sorry guys, I had a phone call coming in. Note to self, make sure that I remember to put this on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so hopefully you guys are still with me, and we'll keep going with the card. So now that we've done this, what I want to do is go ahead and put this pumpkin on. I'm going to use a dimensional, and I'm just going to put it right in the corner here. And I like to lay my pieces down so I can kind of see where I'm placing it in relation to everything else. So I'm going to put this little pumpkin right there. Okay, that's looking good. And then I had originally used one of the other dies for this, and I just felt like these had such rounded edges that I wanted to kind of keep up with the rounded edge. So we'll see how that looks. I'm going to add some adhesive to the back here. Okay. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit. So this is kind of how I place my items when I'm making a little vignette like this. And then we've got this one. So I decided to die cut one going in the opposite direction. You'll see the difference there maybe. So let's add a little adhesive here. Okay, and we'll stick this right around there. Okay, I like the way that looks. Pick that up. There we go. And then I can add the adhesive to glue it all down. Sometimes I'll put this down and then I'll just kind of start stuffing. Oh, I want to come down a little bit. Stuffing the little pieces here and there. Sometimes I'll do that. Okay, so that looks good, but I feel like we need a little bit more. So that's why I did end up cutting a second pumpkin. Kind of bummed that that got a little wet there, but that's okay. We'll stick that right there, I think. Move this up. Okay, and then we've got some Very Vanilla twine. This twine comes in a combo pack, and you get black and Very Vanilla and Gray Granite, Crumb Cake. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones, but you get several different colors. And I love this little pack of twine. And then we'll just cut that off there. We need a glue dot. So you can either use the glue dots like we sell them like this, or this is when you would grab one of these glue dots here. And I just like to kind of pop off that backing. Add my ribbon there. We'll use this, take your pick tool, and pick that up, and then I'll place it right in there. Okay. Still trying to decide where my second pumpkin needs to go. Add a little adhesive to this, and we'll just slide that right in here. Okay, there's our card, and we just need to embellish it. So we've got these great embellishments here. They're actually called the Neutrals Adhesive Back Sequin. And there's these great colors. This is kind of like a silver white color, and a copper and a bronze, and then we've got the gold. So since I used gold on this card, I'm going to grab these little gold pieces right here. And I love that they have adhesive already on the back of them. We'll just add a few. Okay, it's a little bit different than how I did it on this card, but I think it turned out great. So there are the two, the alternate card for this paper pumpkin kit. So here is the paper pumpkin kit instructions, and it makes 8 of these cute, adorable boxes, and then 8 of these note cards. So as of right now, these aren't available. They may come on the online store after the fact for people who are already Paper Pumpkin subscribers to order more. If that's the case and you're like, I have to have that kit, make sure you reach out to me, because if it comes online, I can try to get it for you. Otherwise, now we just need to look forward to this gorgeous kit. So this is the Home for the Holidays kit, and you have until October 10th to sign up for this, so I don't want you to miss that. I'll leave a link on how to sign up. You can either do month to month, like I said, and let me get the pricing for that really quick so you aren't wondering, or you can do like a 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, and 9 month. So let's see. Type it into my online store and I always forget. So if you got a 1 month prepaid kit, that means you buy the kit outright. They send you the one kit, and then that's it. You don't get charged again or anything like that. That's $23.50. Then you'd have to pay shipping and tax, I think, on that. And then if you wanted a 3 month kit, which makes a great gift, okay, that is $69.50. And then a 6 month kit is $127. And then if you wanted it for the full year, it's $243. Also another great gift for somebody really special. So those are great gifts that you can give, just like a Paper Pumpkin subscription. Sometimes I've gotten actually a magazine subscription before. You guys all have to share with me, like, what are some of your fun subscriptions maybe that you've given as gifts or you've gotten as gifts? I know somebody who did like a cookie of the month kit one time where they got a different cookie each month, and that was really cool. So there's that. And then if you do month to month, I'm trying to see here. It's around $23.50, but I can't remember exactly. I'd have to go over and look. I'll find a graphic that I can share with you guys of how much it would be, that it would just charge your card each month and you wouldn't have to worry about missing any of the kits. So I hope you guys like that project. It's a sweet and simple one. If you have any questions, or if you'd like to shop on my online store, then here is our host code for the next few weeks. Okay, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.